Trying to be your authentic self is one of the hardest things you can just about do in life, because when you do step out from the pack, you take on a responsibility that you didn't ask for. And most people what are different, they can't help being the way they are. And the more you try and suppress that, the more as you age, it becomes more evident to people that you are different and you can sort of suffocate yourself. I remember when I was a kid and I was very much inspired by the rest of CM Punk, and I went to my first ever straight edge sort of, I was about to say rave, but like hardcore metal sort of club. You have an extra on your hand. I remember for about a week after, in the summer holidays, I just drew X's on my hands. I remember the first day into school, everybody's like, "Oh, that kid's got X's on his hands. He thinks he's CM Punk," and I just rubbed them straight off in the bathroom straight after that. And obviously, the joy of getting older and the joy of finding yourself is you you just don't you just don't care, and you beat to your own drum and you have your own inspirations to get you through life. But being in that situation is always hard because you want to be yourself because you feel love for your passion and you feel complete freedom. But when you lose yourself in a character or a persona, or a character persona becomes very real to you, you lose yourself in that, and then you will get that passive aggressive look. You'll get somebody looking at you for the corner of your eyes. You'll get somebody just not liking you for no reason whatsoever. And that's when it can all come crashing down again. You can get yourself into situations in real life what you didn't ask to be in. I remember I was at the gym and I just finished a 14K run. It could be my first ever 14K run ever, I can't remember, but it's definitely my first ever time I've done a 14K on the treadmill at the gym. And when I got off the treadmill, I was disorientated. So I had my music on and I was still in this sort of fight or flight mode. My legs were jelly. And I just went straight out the gym. And I scanned the door to let me out, but it wouldn't let me out. So one of the staff had to come and help me. She had to open the door for me to get out. And I just walked off. I didn't realize the next day that that woman was standing around waiting to help me change the code on my phone so then I could get out, because my code for some reason needed changing. I only found that out the next day when I was talking to another staff member when I tried to get in and it failed. And he told me I need to change my barcode, and he did. So that woman was waiting for me to go to her to change my code, but I just walked straight out. So ever since that day, that woman just won't make eye contact with me. Every time I look in her direction, she just looks to the floor. And at first I thought, am I overthinking this? But then I saw other people. She acknowledged other people who have only been at the gym for 2 weeks. She just acknowledges. So even though I didn't mean to, I've obviously offended and annoyed this woman. And she's read something into it what I don't know. And I mean, looking back, yeah, it was quite rude what I did, just walking off and not acknowledging, but I had music on. I wasn't thinking. So I'm not at blame for the situation, and maybe she's not at blame for feeling how she did. Maybe she has a lot of rude customers, and on this certain day, I sort of pushed her over the limits. But what you realize from that sort of scenario is you can't judge how other people are going to take you. You can be the nicest person ever, but you're going to step on somebody's toes. And that's the same with being yourself. You're always going to come to that moment of your originality is too strong and possibly too aggressive and too different from somebody, and it will irk that person. And so I think being yourself is brilliant, because I think people will find you much more cooler and much more a fully rounded, authentic person by being yourself. But you sometimes have to go through systems what are against you. Could be families, could be societies. But once you get through them, I do think the grass is greener. So thanks for your support. We can pretend there's X on the hand here. Have a good week, good weekend. Ciao.